How to defeat the negative voice in your head. You don't have to raise your hand for this question. Just think about it to yourselves. Do you have a negative voice in your head that is preventing you from doing what you really want to do? Some of you may know I have a goal to speak in front of large audiences and have thousands of people watch my videos. And if you've ever seen one of my videos, you know I say that at the beginning of each one. And if you haven't seen my videos, now is a good time to start. They're all on my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein. One of the reasons why I say it so often is because when I say it, I truly believe that I can do it. What you may not know is that soon after I say it, doubts start to creep in the form of my negative voice, which sounds a little bit like this. How do you know that you can do it? There are speakers better than you that you know that are not speaking in front of large audiences. What makes you think that you can do it? My negative voice may sound weak, but that thing is a beast. It is working out in the gym of my mind 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, doing bench presses, pull-ups, and power cleans. It has pictures of past bodybuilding champions all over the place of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Reg Park, inspirational quotes and motivational sayings. That thing is strong. Can I defeat my negative voice with my positive voice and say, I can do it? No! My negative voice would knock out my positive voice in 19 seconds flat. So what do? I don't attack my negative voice head on. I go around it. I do what I know I can do. And what do I know I can do? I can get a little better each speech. I can get a little better each video. Now you may be thinking, big deal, Jason. You need to get a lot better if you want to speak in front of large audiences. That's true. But think about this. If I was only to get 1% better each speech, and well, this is a math problem, everybody, and I did 200 speeches, at the end of my 200th speech, how much better would I be?
200 times a little bit better.
Yes, I would be a lot better. Even though when I first started, I was really, really bad. If you want to see how bad I was, or you just want to laugh, you can go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein, and watch my videos. That's step number one, is just get a little better each time. Step number two is to trick my negative voice into practicing. See, there isn't very many times where I wake up or during the day I say, hip hip hooray, I get to practice my speech. This is so great. I'm so excited about doing this. That doesn't happen to me. Maybe it happens to some of you, but it doesn't really happen to me. So I have to trick myself into practicing. And the way I do that is just by saying, I'm going to go over my speech one time. I am just going to practice one time. And since I'm in Toastmasters and all the speeches are 5 to 7 minutes, it just means I need to go through it 5 to 7 minutes. But what happens is that I go through it once, and there's parts of the speech that call for me to get excited. And I get excited along with it. And I want to do it again and again and again. And before I know it, I've practiced for a whole hour when I only intended to practice for one time 5 to 7 minutes. So that's how I trick my negative voice in my head into practicing, and that's step number two. Step number three is to think about my big why. Why am I doing this? In early 2018, I was at a point in my life where I felt like I had nothing to lose. Now, this is not all bad because it allowed me to take some risks. And I was watching a lot of inspirational material, videos, podcasts, and one of them that I was listening to was a DVD by Bob Proctor. I was listening to that, and as I was watching it, I was thinking, I want to do what Proctor is doing. I want to be an inspirational speaker and speak in front of very large audiences. Now, I've had that idea before, and it was always taken over by my negative voice. Oh, you can't do it. But this time, I decided that I'm going to do it. I took immediate action, and I did a video, and I posted it to social media. And it was the first video in my series called How to Be a Successful Real Estate Investor. And if you want to see those videos, you can go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein, and watch them. That's step number 3. So just to recap, step number 1 is just to get a little better each time. Step number 2 is to trick my negative voice into practicing. And step number 3 is to remember my big why. And a special bonus, step number 4 for all of you here, is if you take nothing else from this talk, and you could just take this one thing, it could make a huge difference in your life. And that is, if you want to see my videos, go to my YouTube channel, Jason Silverstein. Thank you.